Well, what do you know? I didn't have to go through a big rigmarole to get on tonight, and I'm on at the right time. So we're going to see where we're at as far as weight goes here. I need to push this down or lift it up or whatever. Get a drop of CA on it. Let's switch camera angles so you can get a better view. There we go. Basically, what I'm doing here is making sure that this is propped up. Drop a CA on that right there. I gotta need some kicker. The reason why I didn't use thin there is I don't want it to eat into the foam. Okay. Alright, let's see what this rigmarole weighs here. Didn't go as fast as I wanted it to go. I wanted to be farther along, but I haven't been doing anything off camera. You know, it's all been on camera. You want to make sure all these ribs are perpendicular to the cradle. Using that special square that I made. We'll go ahead and glue them down. Okay, so let's go ahead and glue these down. Just a drop of glue on each. Shoot, moved it. It's okay though. We'll detail glue it after it's tacked. You know, looks like it's down in the right spot. Shoot. Okay, should be ready to come out of the cradle now to see what it weighs. Sound and picture good. Thank you, Craig. So I got these pins. We're going to work on the other half. So by tomorrow I should have a complete wing. I still need to make those half ribs and landing gear clips. But we're not worried about that right now. I want to see what this weighs to see, because I added extra wood on this trailing edge. I want to see what that's going to cost me. we doing here? Yeah, that feels good. Nice and straight. Let's see what it weighs. Let me get these pins picked up here. The wing complete, bell crank, sheeting, compression spar, landing gear clips, and everything should be between 10 and 12 ounces. Complete. Sometimes I've finished them out where they're 10 to 12 ounces with silk span on them. Lighter the better. This should be around, I don't know, feels like almost 2 ounces. That's what that was. Had a little bit of glue on it right there. How that happened. Some glue de foam. There you go. Got it. Oh, got a piece hanging on here. Yeah, let's quit monkeying around and see what it weighs. I'll wait till I get the sheeting on to sand that. Okay. Lighter than normal. This is 1 ounce. And a little over. See your mode. Ah, it's on pound now. 1.05 ounces. So we're going to add, let me see here, is it 17? Do I have any 17? I want to see if we're going to be in the ballpark here. This is inboard, so we want to get our lightest one, 17, because I got them. 17. 17, 17. So approximately this wing will weigh, whoa, Charlie, 2.25 per side. So we're right in there. We're in our 5 ounce for a complete wing, 5 ounce area. So I'm happy. Matter of fact, we're underweight. 2.25 at this stage is just a little underweight. Usually it's 2.5. But I've been, watching everything pretty close. So we got one half ready to go. Let's get the other half up here and get it started. Got to clear off the crap. need these. We'll leave these over here. We need to put this back on the leading edge to get it zeroed. Look at it, see where we are. What is the glue weight? Little as possible. You don't use much glue. I don't. A drop, you know, you don't need a bunch of glue. Okay, this is the bottom. So I LGR3, so that goes there. See, I mated these together, and I marked them bottom. So this leading edge or trailing edge goes on the bottom of the other side. I gotta get some room here though. Now, there'll be some guys that'll say, well, he's doing it wrong. You can do it any way you want. You know, I build my wings in a right half and a left half, and then glue them together just like you would a foam wing. And it's worked for me for forever. Ever since I started doing this lost foam stuff. So let's see, how many years have I been building lost foam? Got to be 20 or better. I used to build beam wings, built a lot of beam wing airplanes. How many of you guys remember my 11-day Aries? Of course, that ain't really fair. I built that Aries in 11 days, but those were 15-hour days. Back when I had the stamina to stick with it. That and the mental capacity, it takes a lot of brain power to stick with it. That isn't the fastest airplane I built. The fastest airplane I built was Viper 4. And the story behind that is, I think there's a picture of it in the gallery. It's a red airplane with a white fuselage. I had just crashed my Viper Superglide beam wing at Booter. And that was a week before SIG. And I wanted to go to SIG super bad. That airplane had a VF-46 in it on a pipe. And I built that one in a week. But it had a foam wing in it. The wing was monocoque. Fuselage was painted with Rust-Oleum. You know, it's just the way it worked out. That was one of my faster builds. Okay, so we need to mate up the other wing to this thing over here. The first thing I need to do is get rid of this trailing edge. Because remember, I changed up the design. And we'll use that for cap scripts. This is the top trailing edge. Yep, this is the top. This is the bottom. So in order to do this, to marry these together, what I found the easiest way. Yeah, I do too. I like classic designs. That's why my Viper was so, I liked it a lot, my Viper. I need to build another one of them. I haven't built one in, God, 15 years now. Okay, we need to remove this out of here. Well, shoot, I don't have these ribs. Of course, it doesn't much matter. If anybody building along with me, you should have elevator stabilizer rudder and fuselage crutch done at this point. Now remember, this airplane was born the day after the Nats, so it's not even a month old yet. Or is it a little over a month old? I don't know. We'll get rid of this. So we got the V for the bottom. I got a feeling I'm going to dump these pins out on the ground. Build video of my crossfire. I think I did some crossfire videos. I got about 2,000 building videos, so I don't know. There's a bunch of videos. Yep, I'm gonna dump some shit on the floor. I can see this coming already. Yeah. I'm using the edge of this board here to line the wing up so that the wing is straight. Break that off. Okay. And this basically is just for reference. We're going to have anhedral in it, looks like. Probably going to have to put it together over there on the glass to make sure that it's square. Kind of got a warp. Unless I turn the board over, then I have dihedral in it. Oh, what do I want to do here? Well, it don't matter. It don't matter. We'll get her squared away here in a minute. Let's see here. What do I got to do to get this? Got to shim it 1/16 of an inch, it looks like. I'll try this. Pretty close. Pretty close. When I glue it together, I'll put it on the glass. Okay. Okay, I need to pin it down so it doesn't move. Okay, that's in the right spot. Of course, it doesn't matter. As soon as the only thing I'm trying to do here, and it'll be pretty obvious when I get it set, is I'm trying to get the trailing edge positioned in the correct spot, meaning that it mates exactly with that one there. Check that square. Of course, that doesn't matter either because I'm going to sand the center section to get them to fit absolutely perfect together. That's bottom. Okay, so well, one more week, a full year. Well, I haven't smoked now in 5 years. I haven't drank in 30 years. So we'll get this first rib on there, and these go exactly like that. So I need to get this underneath that up there in the nose. What this shim is here, this long strip, is it represents the sheeting of the leading edge. But congratulations on your no smoking. I'm still vaping. Smoking is a hard habit to quit. So we'll tack through that right there. I'll put 10 on there because I don't need that one hollowed. Oh, I need to get the trailing edge piece in here. Where is the trailing edge piece? I guess I had a couple trailing edge pieces that I made up. Let's see here. You know, the one that I screwed up is the one that I'm going to use. Because the other one is not as clean. See, remember I had my trailing edge. Good evening, Marcel. I had my trailing edge square, and all that's good for is the trailing edge. It's not good for anything else. To make sure that I pin this directly in the spot. So I held it back. What the heck's going on here? Yep, that's the correct side. And we'll get number 10 on there and see where it comes up. Danny, if you're sitting in that chair, you better get out in the garage. Okay. So I have all these ribs here that I need to hole out. God. Something that I hate doing. Let's get the trailing edge pinned. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. get it. I'm not in a rush, so I'll get it adjusted. I'll take these back out, and we'll fit each one by hand. Remember, if it ain't touching nothing, you don't need it. So I mean, theoretically, I could just leave these without any holes in them. But we need to get every bit of weight out of it I can get out of it. If you were here, good evening, Greg. If you were here and could see all this, the fits on this are perfect. Every rib touches the trailing edge upright. Every rib lays flat on the sheeting. Every rib is notched to the spar correctly. And if it's not, a little piece of sandpaper on the ruler here and give it a couple of swipes and make it right. I'm just double checking because I'm going to try to make this the best model I ever built. Just so I can replace my other Thunderbolt. Not in a huge hurry to get it done because I got plenty of airplanes to fly. So just like I did on the other side, this trailing edge upright is proud by about 1/64 of an inch. I took the sanding block and sanded it so that the sheeting here would lay perfectly flat on it and everything touch. If everything's touching, if you got all your pieces touching something else, it takes less glue. It takes one drop of CA instead of a big globule of thick CA. And you don't think much about it, but if you weigh this bottle of glue, this bottle is only half full, and I bet that's 2 ounces right there. And this bottle's about half full, and it's probably the same weight. Now I realize that the bottle weighs something, but the glue is the heavy part in that. So while you're gluing things together, you wouldn't think, well, the glue doesn't weigh that way. Yeah, it does. That's why Tom Morris, he uses white glue and an eyedropper, and he just dots 1 or 2 drops of white glue on something. Yeah, that's probably lighter because 50% of that is water, and the water evaporates. And however, it may be lighter, but I don't think it's as strong. Not for ribs. White glue is good for other things. White glue good for gluing blocks together and things like that. But I'd rather use CA on these parts. So I guess now that I know all the ribs fit and fit well, and the cap scripts will fit well, or the top spar will fit well. I'll check it here. Yeah, that'll all fit good. There we go. Sight down it. Why is that springy? Oh, it's springy because it's pulling this up. There we go. Got a little bit of a bow to it, but not bad, a couple of thousandths, but it'll be fine. Time I get these ribs sit in there and double checked and squared and everything, be right on the money. I don't know why that's pulling that up. Better get a pin in this and pin it down and see what's up. Oh, I see why. See, even the slightest little thing, I didn't cut the notch deep enough in this rib right here. So to fix that, I'll take this rib out. Or is that just bowed? Maybe a little of both. But it's not deep enough here, I can see that. So I'm gonna cut that one right there a little deeper. Right there. See, if you look here, it's up about a 64th of an inch. Yeah, I know. I'll go through all these and make sure their hand fit well. So when I get ready to do this, the first thing we're going to glue is the number 1 rib and number 10 rib. Get them in there square, and then I can manipulate these ribs until they're absolutely perpendicular. This is the trailing edge part with this square here. Which is not really a square because it's not 90 degrees. I don't have a protractor. I couldn't tell you exactly how far off that is from 90, but it is perpendicular to the bench, and that's all you care about. And the reason why it's different is that there's a taper in the wing. So if this is going this way and that, they're both going uphill like that because this is continually getting thinner out to the end, this angle changed. There we go. And you can feel it when it gets to the spot that it's supposed to be. It'll relieve itself. I'm gonna need to trim this. I can see that already. It's gonna bind. So this is forward. If there's any pressure on something, you got something sanded wrong. Might have to remake this one. Up on that one, back on the other one. There we go. Fits now, loose. It'll be fine. We're not gonna get a whole lot done tonight. There it goes. We got it. I got it more or less sighted in for what it's going to take. Why did that move? Oh, man. Hmm. 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 I think what I'll do after I kill this video, I will eat dinner, watch TV, sit down and hold these out. So when I come back tomorrow, we can lay this up because it's pretty close. It just needs a little bit of fine tuning. I think the biggest thing I'm looking for here is you don't want any pressure on anything. You want everything to lay where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be lined up and touch everything without something pulling. You don't want to pin it down and force it to go in a spot and glue it forced. You want everything to sit exactly where it's supposed to be without any tension on it. Because if you put tension on it, it builds power into the wing, and that could be disastrous. Let me look down this way. Pretty damn close. So this weekend, when I mold the skins, they'll take a day to dry. I'll do them at night and they'll be dry the next morning. We'll put the skins on and I'll weight it with the top cradle like this. Oh, you can't see it on that. Well, this is the one for the other side. Good evening, Christopher. I'll weight it down with this to hold the skin on it. In the right spot. And then let it dry overnight. You have a little power there. Not much, but a little. It's a 64th of an inch. I'll take a swipe on that and sand that power out of there. If you remember, I did that on the other side. I went on each rib and checked to see which ones had power. It looks pretty good though. We're so close, it's ridiculous. I don't have much hanging out there though. I'm probably going to have to readjust that. Got it good there. Need a little more hanging out this way. It's, ever so slightly. I'm being pretty critical. Suppose if I measured to that line, we could see what it is. It's 5/16. Yep. So that move was right. I just eyeballed it. It's 5/16 on both sides. So. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much straighter. Doesn't lose any of the power, but I still have to mark for my hinge blocks. 4 minutes and we're done. So basically tonight was just showing you how I get the wings to mate together. Now, I'm going to build this wing. The minute that I get this rib glued to these spars, I can take that wing away and I can move this wing off and build the wing in a separate spot. Then I'll clear off my bench, the glass on the other side, and after the sheeting's on and I've sanded the sheeting down to this rib on both sides, we'll mate them together. And then knock this center section out of it. Of course, the compression spar and all that other business goes in there as well. But that's how I do it. That's not how Hunt wants you to do it, but he wants you to build it all in one piece like this. And if you got enough room, you can do that. But I've had good luck doing it this way. Why does that have a hoop in it? Like this rib here is too long. What's up with that? That's better. Touching, touching, touching. So I need to move that. It's see if you pin this on the wrong side of the line, a pen line, it makes just a pen line can make a difference. So adjust and readjust or whatever you got to do. You look here, you see that pen line right there? I didn't get it sanded off. That's holding the trailing edge up. You know, as Wendy says, leave the line on. Well, if you leave the line on, you got tight spots. But we don't want any tight spots. We want perfect fits. That's better. Yep. Okay, so I've got these pretty much fitted where I need them. Watching and flying and watching and flying. Well, some of them guys on the forum don't think I know anything. That's the reason for this YouTube channel, to not talk about it, but to show you. Okay, so let's see how straight that is. I'm going to have to make a new flap because that flap warped big time. I think this one's a little heavy anyway. So if I put this like so, we need, yeah, I'll call John and see if he'll go get some carbon tube tomorrow. See my airplane? I can see it. Perfect. I guess I could steam that. Steam it and weight it. Break the power. Yeah, we'll probably do that. Okay, guys, that's an hour for this evening. When I come back tomorrow, I should have all these holed up. You know, we'll put the holes in all these, and I'll do that off camera because it's kind of boring. And we'll finish laying it up. But by this weekend, this wing is going to be together. That's just the way it is. I'm working out an idea for wing tips, and because I want to make this more scale-like than tell Dan to send me the wing and stuff. Don't you have his phone number? I know he's got it cut because I've seen it. He was saying something about some templates or something. You wanted something different, or I don't know. I don't want to get involved. Just call him up. He'll talk to you. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow night before Charles. I'll try to come on a little early. It's Friday night. I don't have to. There's going to be a lot of work going on here this weekend because they got a speed contest. We're not going flying. I'm not doing a Saturday at John's. It's to be Saturday at Sparky's. All right, guys. Fair winds, tight lines. We'll see you. Thanks.